Imagine walking into a store and seeing the latest smartphone. The price is $1,000. Sounds expensive, right? But then the salesman says three magical words. Only $30 per month. Suddenly, it feels affordable. But what if those three words are keeping millions of people poor? The stickman buys the phone immediately. He feels successful. His friends admire the new device. For a moment, everything feels perfect, but the real cost hasn't arrived yet. A month later, payday arrives. The salary comes in and instantly starts disappearing. Rent, internet, food, and then the EMI payment. What looked like a small monthly expense is now competing with every other bill. Then another offer appears, a brand new laptop, only $25 per month. The payment seems small, so the stickman agrees again. Months pass, a television joins the list, then another purchase. Each payment feels harmless by itself. Together, they become a financial trap. That's when the EMI monster appears. Not a real monster, but a monster made from debt. Every month it grows larger. Every month it eats a little more of the stickman's income. One day, an emergency strikes. The bike breaks down. The repair costs hundreds of dollars, but the stickman has no savings. Every extra dollar was already promised to debt. To solve the problem, the stickman reaches for a credit card. Now he is borrowing money to pay for money he already borrowed. The trap becomes deeper. Meanwhile, another stickman earns the same salary, but instead of financing everything, he saves first. He waits, then buys what he can truly afford. 5 years later, the difference becomes obvious. One stickman owns expensive gadgets but no assets. The other owns investments that continue growing even while he sleeps. The wealthy stickman plants money into investments. Over time, those investments become a money tree. Small actions create massive results. The lesson is simple. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Most EM is by liabilities, not assets. Not all debt is bad. A house, education, or a business can create future value, but financing luxury purchases often does the opposite. As the rich stickman's investments grow, the EMI monster becomes weaker. Wealth grows when money works for you instead of against you. Remember this: rich people buy assets first and luxuries later. Poor people often do the opposite. The goal isn't to avoid spending money. The goal is to stop borrowing for things that lose value. At first, the monthly payments don't seem dangerous. $30 here, $25 there, but that's exactly how debt hides. Most people never calculate the total cost. They focus on the monthly payment instead of the actual price. Businesses know this trick very well. That's why advertisements rarely show the full cost first. Imagine carrying a backpack. 1 brick feels light, 2 bricks feel fine, 10 bricks become a burden. Debt works exactly the same way. Small payments slowly become a heavy load. Now imagine receiving a bonus at work. Most people think extra income solves everything. But instead of investing the bonus, the stickman buys another expensive gadget. The result? Higher lifestyle, same financial problems. This is called lifestyle inflation. The more money you earn, the more money you spend. Meanwhile, the rich stickman follows a different rule. When his income increases, he increases his investments first. He rewards his future before rewarding himself. Year after year, the gap grows wider. One owns payments, the other owns income-producing assets. The lesson is simple. Every dollar has a job. The question is whether that job makes you richer or poorer. Let's do a simple experiment. 2 friends start with exactly the same salary. Both earn $3,000 per month. Both have the same opportunities. But one chooses EMIs, the other chooses investing. At first, their lives look almost identical. Month 1, nothing changes. Month 6, still no obvious difference. Year 1, the EMI stickman owns more gadgets. The investor owns fewer things, but he owns something more valuable: time. Because money invested today has years to grow. Every month the investor plants another seed. The EMI stickman does the opposite. His money disappears the moment it arrives. 2 years pass. Now the investor starts seeing results. The EMI Stickman still feels broke. 3 years pass. The investor's assets begin producing income. His money is finally working for him. Meanwhile, the EMI Stickman is still working for his payments. The difference isn't income. The difference is behavior. Small choices repeated for years create massive outcomes. That's why wealth isn't built in a day. It's built through thousands of tiny decisions. And every EMI takes away one more opportunity to invest. That's the hidden cost nobody talks about. The cost isn't just money. The cost is the future wealth that money could have created. And that future is often worth far more than the thing you bought. One day, both Stickmen turned 60 years old. They earned similar incomes their entire lives, but their results couldn't be more different. One spent decades paying for things that kept losing value. The other spent decades buying assets that kept growing. The gadgets are gone, but the investments remain. Years ago, both men saw the same offer. Only $30 per month. One bought a phone, the other bought a future. Most people don't become poor because they earn too little. They become poor because they spend tomorrow's money on today's pleasures. Final quote. Remember this: rich people buy assets first and luxuries later. Poor people often do the opposite. The goal isn't to avoid spending money. The goal is to stop borrowing for things that lose value. Buy assets first, luxuries later. Your future self will thank you for it.